They weren't just soldiers. Some of them were monsters. Murderers, serial killers hiding in the chaos of World War I. You think the trenches were dangerous? The real terror lurked inside the ranks. War is already brutal, but what happens when men who love to kill, who crave it, get handed rifles, free rein, and millions of victims? World War I was hell on earth, but for some, it was a hunting ground. And the worst part? Some of them got away with it. The battlefield was a perfect cover. Death was everywhere, and bodies piled up faster than anyone could count. Who would notice a few extra? Who would question a soldier doing his duty until the bodies started looking a little too similar? Until men went missing in the night. Take Karl Denke, a German butcher before the war. He was quiet, polite, and he ate people. Yes, ate them. The war ended, but his appetite didn't. He lured drifters and beggars into his home, killed them, and sold their flesh as pork. The authorities only caught him years later, by accident. Then there's Marcel Pétion. He started as a doctor in the war, patching up wounded men, but some of them never left his care. He experimented on them, using their suffering for his twisted curiosity. Later, in World War II, he posed as a resistance fighter, only to lure desperate Jews to his clinic, where he murdered them. And let's not forget Paulo Gorzo, a German railway worker. By day, he was just another soldier. By night, he stalked women, using the war's blackout conditions to cover his crimes. He wasn't caught until years later, after he had murdered at least 8 women. But those are just the ones we know about. World War I's chaotic, unregulated nature meant there were likely dozens, maybe even hundreds of killers who slipped through the cracks. Soldiers who didn't just kill for their country, but for their own sick desires. Officers who abused their power to execute prisoners off the books. Medics who had a little too much interest in experimenting on the wounded. Some men entered the war as killers, others became killers because of it. Then there were the mysterious disappearances, soldiers who vanished in the middle of the night. No record of battle, no known enemy engagement. Was it just the horrors of war or something more sinister? A comrade with a hidden thirst for blood. In the chaos of trench warfare, with bodies buried in unmarked graves or left to rot in no man's land. Who would ever know? How many used the front lines, the blackouts, the destruction to hide what they really were? We think of war as organized chaos, but sometimes the real horror isn't the battlefield, it's the monsters hiding within the ranks. The ones who didn't kill for duty or survival, but for pleasure. If you enjoy our journey, please like and subscribe to our channel. And if you like our content and want to support me, you are welcome to buy me a coffee. The link is in the description box below.